Okay, hopefully you can see me okay, because this is not a professional job and I'm doing this on my own, so just bear with me. Hopefully you can see me okay. So first thing I'm going to do is get rid of the fruit off the spoon. It won't matter too much. Right, so pop in the spread into the bowl as much as I can. Lovely jubbly. Right, so that's in there now. Hopefully you can see that. And I'm going to pop the sugar in. So as I said, I haven't weighed this, but it's approximately 225. Just a little bit more, just be a little bit sweeter. And that I'm going to cream. So that's a classic start, basically, of any cake, is that you cream the spread of your choice. As I said, this one is a dairy-free one, but if you want to make this non-dairy free, then obviously you can use butter or margarine or whatever you want to use. Now I'm just bashing it a little bit because there are lumps in muscovado sugar. It's a pretty sticky sugar, so it needs a bit of whacking with the wooden spoon just to break it up a bit. The butter, or I always call it butter, I'm sorry, but it is dairy-free spread. It's quite soft, which is good. You want it soft, you don't want it hard. So just want to combine this until we've got a nice brown, gooey looking mixture. Lovely. That looks good. Give it a bit of welly. You need a bit of strength to do this, so hopefully you take your strength pills today. Give it a good whack. Lovely. Okay. I think that's pretty good. I think I've pretty much got all the lumps out. Right, so that's it combined. Oh, get the spoon out of the way. There we go. So now into that I'm going to add the flour, and I'm just going to grab a sieve. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Right, here we go. So here's the sieve. I'm just going to pop a bit of salt into that, about a teaspoon of salt, and that's going in. This is where it goes all over the floor. Da, da, da. Right, okay. Give that a little. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine that first. It makes it a little bit easier. And give it a good old, give it a good whack. Okay. And then a little bit more. Now you don't have to worry about the cake rising because as I said, it's plain flour. So don't be, too worried about just chucking everything in basically. So I'm just putting a bit of egg in, about 1 egg. I'm just combining that again in the mixture, and then get in there. Obviously if you've got an electric mixer and you want to do it with an electric mixer, then just chuck it all in and away it goes. But I quite like the old-fashioned way of doing it. So this is what it looks like now. So we've got about half the flour in there and 1 egg. So I'm just going to put the rest of the flour in. And obviously, hey, no lumps, lovely. Just put that through as well. Right, let's get rid of these. Okay, so pop in the rest of the eggs. Lovely. Get rid of that as well. In the bin. Okay, we're doing good. We're doing good, people. Right, so I'm not going to whack it too hard at the moment. It's a bit sloppy at the moment. Right, here we go. It's going in. We have liftoff. Right. Lovely. Now, as I said, if your butter's soft, you won't get any of those lumps. Those hard lumps of margarine or butter in it. And that's quite the good thing about dairy-free spreads. They tend to be quite sloppy, so that's quite good. Right, so that's it combined. So that's the flour, the margarine, the eggs are in there now, and the sugar. So now I'm going to pop in some spices. Again, if you want to measure them, that's fine, but I'm just going to pop them in. So that's about a teaspoon of cinnamon and the same of mixed spice. Oh, hang on. Mixed spice has got stuck. Right, there we go. That's better. Pop some of that in. Lovely. Okay. Now it's basically just a case of chucking the rest of it in. So let me grab a spoon. Approximately a tablespoon of treacle. And best bet is to sort of spin the spoon when you come out of the tin, makes it a little bit easier to get it out. Right, that's most of it's come off. Lovely. Okay. Now, this is where you're going to run out of room in your bowl because you've now got to add the fruit. So those are the fruit going in. Okay. Okay, and now the chopped apple, that's just going straight in as well. And then it's just a case of giving that a really, really good stir just to combine it all through. Okay, so now we're ready to put the Christmas cake mixture into the tin. And this is an 8-inch loose bottom cake tin. Quite a deep one, but as you can see, I've greased it first with the dairy-free spread, and then I've lined it with grease-proof paper. And I've come quite a bit over the top, and that's because what you'll find is, although there's no self-raising flour in this cake, it will actually rise up a little bit. And chances are that you've probably got more mixture than will actually fit my tin. So I'm going to pop it in there now, and we'll see where it comes to. There we go, that's the mixture in the tin. You want to go ahead and warm up your oven. So my oven's on 140 degrees centigrade. It's a electric oven. And I've basically only left one shelf in there, and it's basically right at the bottom so that the cake's got plenty of room to expand and rise. Now, I say 4 hours, but it'll probably be more like 4.5 hours, so don't panic too much. And my God, it is heavy. So I don't recommend trying to put it in the oven with one hand. I'm just going to pull so there we go, she's in the oven. So here is the Christmas pudding in all its glory. It's been out now for about an hour, just cooling on the side. And I'm just going to cut the string, if I can, one-handed, which is not the easiest thing in the world. There we go, lovely jubbly. So there's the string coming on. Woo. And then the little foil cap, and here's the and it has sort of spilt out a little bit. So that is the Christmas pudding, also known as a figgy pudding, in all its glory. I've actually trimmed it off because, as you saw when it was in the pan, it was sort of spilling out really, and it was a bit too much extra pudding. So that's now in a bowl, so unfortunately we'll have to have a bit of a taster, which is a bit of a shame. So now I've cut a new grease-proof disc, which I'm just going to pop back on the top here. There we go, and just push that down, and then I'm going to re-wrap it in a little bit of kitchen foil, get some string, and just again wrap it up. And then it'll be put away until Christmas. So it'll get about 6 weeks or so, 6-7 weeks of sitting, just waiting and maturing. And hopefully that'll mean the flavours will develop. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So this is now the morning after the night before. I didn't really bother to film me taking the cake out of the oven, mostly because I knew I was going to leave it in the tin till this morning anyway. Right, here we go. Now the reason we turn it over is because when we come to put the marzipan on and the icing on, you want a nice flat surface to work on. And obviously the bottom of the cake is going to be nice and flat. And I'm just peeling off the grease-proof paper as we speak. Bit fiddly with one hand, but we're doing the best we can, Captain. Right, here we go. There we go, here we go, here we go. Lovely. Lift your bottom up, madam. Right, here we go. And as I say, a few bits have fallen off, but I'm not too worried about that. So that's it in all its glory. And as you can see, pretty deep cake. Pretty well cooked, actually. Good. Feels nice and firm. Feels nice and moist. So what we're going to do now is we're going to stab this all over. Think of Psycho. Does that help? Yes, it does. Definitely helps. Right, and then we're going to grab the brandy, which I'm going to go and grab, and we're going to what we call feed the cake. So we're going to get the brandy, we're going to put it on a tablespoon, and we're just going to drizzle it over the top, and we're going to do that for the next 4 weeks. It doesn't have to be on a specific day, and this just increases the alcohol. Not that there's not enough alcohol in it already, but it you know, always helps at Christmas to have a little bit more alcohol in your Christmas cake. So this is the brandy that was left over from obviously making the Christmas pudding and the Christmas cake. There's a little bit in both, and as I said, I'm just going to drizzle some of this over the top. Now, if you're not particularly steady-handed, as I said, use a spoon. But I'm literally just going to carefully dribble a little bit all over. There we go. And then just using my fingers, which are nice and clean, I have just washed them before I started filming. I'm just going to rub that in all over. La di da di da di da di da di da. Okay, lovely. And my fingers smell really alcoholic now. So that's it now. So this cake, I'll be wrapping it in greaseproof paper and then some foil. I said I'll unwrap it in a week's time, and I'll do the same thing, and then 3 weeks and 4 weeks. Then it'll be ready to put the first layer of decoration on, which will be the marzipan. And I shall do another update video on putting the marzipan on the cake. But that's my gluten-free, dairy-free, very alcoholic Christmas cake. And I'll see you all soon. Hope you enjoyed this video. Take care, everybody.